All right, so we're looking for the unit rate here. It says running 120 laps in 60 days is equivalent to how many laps in 1 day. So here's what we want to do. We're going to set up a fraction, which is also known as a ratio. So we're going to do laps over days. That's how we're going to set it up. So let's first look at this one. We're going to do 120 over 60. So that is 120 laps over 60 days. And we're going to set that equal to some mystery amount of laps in 1 day. And that's right here. How many laps, which is our mystery, in 1 day right here. So in red, we're going to do what's called cross multiplying. So in this case, we will do 60 times x is 60x. Then we will do 120 times 1, set it equal to 120. From here, divide both sides by 60. Those cancel, and x will be equal to nothing more than 120 over 60, which is 2 laps. So 2 laps is the answer. So again, you're setting up a proportion using ratios, and then you are using cross multiplying. For the next one, it says a 7-pound bag of apples cost $12.53. What's the unit price? So the word here is unit price. Unit price is asking, instead of how much 7 cost, I just want to know how much 1 costs. So to do this, it's very simple. We can say 12.53 is the price for 7, so we will divide that by 7. 12 doesn't go into 1, but it goes in 7 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 12 once. Multiply, subtract, bring down your 5. 7 goes into 55 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. Subtract. We will have to borrow. 15 minus 9 is 6. Bring down your 3. 7 goes into 63 9 times. And 0. So the unit price is $1.79 per apple. So again, unit price is just saying if 7 of them cost this much, how much is 1 of them? Unit price is finding 1. All right, so this says a 5-gallon bucket costs $119.34. What's the price per quart? So this is important because we're given in gallons, but we want quarts. So first thing I would do is I would take this 119 and figure out how much that is per gallon. So we're going to first divide it by 5. 5 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 11 twice. So that's 10. Subtract, bring down your 9. 5 goes into 19 3 times, that's 15. Subtract, we get a 4. Bring down your 3. 5 goes into 43 8 times, that's 40. Subtract, bring down the 4. 5 goes into 34 6 times, that's 30. Subtract, we get a 4. We add our 0. 5 goes into 48 times. Now, the thing is with money, we only go to 2 decimal points. So we want to look to the right of this second decimal point. Since that's an 8, this 6 will bump up to a 7. So we can say 1 gallon actually costs $23.87. But we want quarts. So we're going to do $23.87 divided by 4 because there's 4 quarts in a gallon. 4 doesn't go into 2, but it goes into 23 5 times. Subtract, that's a 0. Whoops. We get a 3, bring down your 8. Make your decimal. 4 goes into 38 9 times without going over. That's 36. Subtract 2, bring down your 7. 4 goes into 27, 9, no, that's too much, 8, no, it's too much, 7 is too much, 6 times. That's 24. Subtract, we get a 3, bring down your 0. or insert a 0. 4 goes into 30 7 times, and that's 28. Subtract, we get a 2, bring down a 0, and it's a 5. So again, we have 5.9675. But remember, with money, you have to round to the nearest cent. And that's what this means right here. In money, it's automatically 2 decimal points. So we will look to the right. Since that's a 7, and that number is 5 or more, this 6 is going to bump to a 7. So your final answer would be $5.97. That's what we're looking for. So again, you have to work on your rounding skills. For this one, it says a store sells 15 hammers, 120 screwdrivers, and 30 lawnmowers. Write a ratio in simplest form to compare each of the following. So we're going to do number of lawnmowers, which is 30. And we're going to set that ratio up to 15 hammers. So now I want to look at these two. This right here is a ratio, but it's not in simplest form. So I could say, what number goes into both? Well, 15 does, but even if you didn't know that, say you said 5. You divided both by 5. You would get 6 to 3. And even if you got this, you should know that that's still not simplest because 3 goes into both. So you divide both by 3. And that would become 2 to 1. So basically what this is saying is that for every 2 lawnmowers in the store, there is 1 hammer. That's the ratio. Again, for every 2 lawnmowers, there's 1 ratio. It's very important you write it 2:1. If you have them backwards, that's incorrect because it specifically asks lawnmowers to hammers. If you had 1 and 2, that's hammers to lawnmowers. So that's not what the specific question is asking. For the next one, it's asking for hammers, which is 15, to screwdrivers, which is 120. I know 5 goes into both, so I'm going to divide both of these by 5. So that would be 3 to 120. 5 goes into 120. Let's see, let's write it out. That goes in twice. 10, subtract 2, bring down the 0. 3 to 24. But again, that's not simplest form because we can divide both by 3. So this would become, let's see, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So this is basically saying for every 1 hammer in the store, there are 8 screwdrivers. If you got questions, let me know. You do have a Schoology quiz with this. Well, see you later. Bye.